When it comes to cervical cancer, it's a speculum in stirrups, and no one looks forward to that. So, I mean, for us, that's the major gap that we're closing, and close to 1 in 3 women are currently behind, and we're gonna bring that down to no one, hopefully. I feel like for me, getting to this moment in my career was a culmination of lots of aspects of what I'd done before. I started my career in health tech investing. I then worked at a bunch of tech companies. And then also I was a consumer of healthcare. And I think I just kind of understood that it could be better from all of the other walks of life that I had had. And so really wanted to create something new and different. So Teal created the first FDA-authorized at-home cervical cancer screening. So we're replacing the need to go in office for a pap smear. And now you can stay up to date on this life-saving screening from home. So it's the same test that's used in the doctor's office, the same accuracy from the doctor's office, but just comfortably and privately at home with the Teal wand. Yeah, I mean, cervical cancer, what we address, has a massive gap. So today, cervical cancer is entirely preventable through screening. However, close to 1 in 3 women are currently behind under screening. And so when we think about the cervical cancer screening gap, I think part of it is actually awareness. So a lot of people aren't aware that the pap smear is a cervical cancer screening, and the importance of a cervical cancer screening is that you never get cancer. And then the other is access, right? We have a growing shortage of physicians. It is really hard to access appointments. It's really hard to find appointments or the time in your day for that appointment. And then when it comes to cervical cancer, it's a speculum in stirrups, and no one looks forward to that. So, I mean, for us, that's the major gap that we're closing, and close to 1 in 3 women are currently behind, and we're gonna bring that down to no one, hopefully. This is something that is so core to Teal, right? Like, how do we use the best practices of how women are engaging with all the other parts of their life and being spoken to and researching, making sure that it's all there, right? So with Teal, it is beautiful. And like when you open that box, it says, welcome to a more comfortable cervical cancer screening. And it is something that you want to be doing because we're using branding best practices, right? We're trying to, welcome a woman back into healthcare that's designed for her. And I think we've literally forgotten the design component in most of healthcare. And really it's design, brand, engagement. That's why we choose everything else that we're spending our money on. And I don't know why we thought it wasn't important in healthcare. Of course it is. It's how we feel valued. It's how we feel seen. So for Teal, it's huge for us. It's core. I think so many times in your career, you think you're set, you think you're done, you've already put in all this groundwork to whatever career it is. And like I started Teal when I was 39, turning 40. I was like pregnant with my second, right? Like there is so much time to do all the other things that have always fueled you or given you passion and excitement. So I actually feel like it's more like your early self doesn't have to worry about as much of it all being a perfect path, because it's more about making sure your later self is willing to take the jump and take all that learnings from the early days and just apply it to whatever is like the best next thing for you. But I think it's more like, don't be afraid to change.